Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this channel. This is Muko. We all remember that when the cases of Ebola zilikuwa high in Congo and even Uganda confirmed some of the cases, the US government rushed to Kenya. I think according to their thinking, they were like, Kenya is a bit near to Congo so that they can build their quarantine facility here in this country. Then they chose over places, or rather the site where this construction of this Ebola US quarantine center will be ilikuwa pale Laikipia Airbase, and they proceeded on to construct it. Kenyans were very bitter and Kenyans were very angry about that decision. It forces the people of that region, Laikipia, to protest. And when they were still protesting, at least to safeguard their region not to be Ebola hub, the court also swung into action, and the court gave out the court orders that zilikuwa zinazuia building of that quarantine. But one CS of this health, that is Aden Duale, went further before the members of parliament in parliament, na akasema he is not going to stop that things despite the court orders.
Laikipia Airbase is one of the 23 quarantine isolation center we are building, and we will not stop it. Why we are building? We are building in the airbase, far from even, and there are a number of reasons why. The runway in Laikipia is one of the longest runway. That is where we have KDF medical team. That is why even our 450 Kenyans who are serving today under the UN, our special forces, the quick response unit. I'm the speaker, I was a minister for defense. I went to Ituri. I know all those areas, those who have gone to Lumumbashi. Kenyans, the biggest hospitals in DRC are run by Kenyans, are owned by Kenyans. So we must protect, Mr. Speaker. So Laikipia will protect both Kenyans and the US. Honorable Speaker, when we had the COVID, and some of us were members of parliament here, the UN, the US, and many other international bodies built a hospital in Nairobi Hospital, a UN specialized hospital to deal with COVID. There was no noise that time.
That thing rattled court completely, and it really made the judicial system of this country as kitu kama kipo. But now, yesterday, this guy was in a very awkward situation. I may say so. Was in a very disrespectful situation where this guy, he was very embarrassed and forced to apologize. Mpaka at the extent that akaomba koti msamaha. Tafadhali mnisamehe. I never knew these things would reach at this extent. And he went further again to do what? To instruct that airbase to stop. Na hiyo deal sijui walikati. Iliisha hivyo. Just listen from him.
As a citizen, as a minister, public servant, I will be the last person to disregard a court order. I will be the last person to violate any constitutional order given by any court. and I sincerely regret any action, omission, misunderstanding, or misinterpretation that may have resulted in a non-compliance with the order of this court or created the perception thereof. Thank you, my lady. Notwithstanding the foregoing, and in recognition of the authority of this honorable court, I have directed the immediate and complete cessation of any intended construction, site preparations, or related activities concerning Laikipia Air Base facility, pending the hearing and determination of the substantive petition or until further orders of this court. I wish to say to this honorable court that I hold its orders in the highest regard and remain committed to the full observance. Honorable my lady, I want to say it categorically, I have been a member of parliament for over 20 years. I participated in making many of the laws that the court is implementing. I was the first majority leader under the new constitution and appended my signature on over 1,320 pieces of legislation.
And guys, in case this is your first time coming across us, kindly please take a minute or two, click that subscribe buttons, then allow the notification buttons to be on. According to me, I think this matter, as the most Kenyans were, it was to deal with the exchange of brown envelope where Kenyans were. How comes that you are importing a deadly disease just because was it 2-something billion? How can that money equate to somebody's life? So when this CS also went further to announce or rather to accept court orders na wakasimamisha, that means it has something hidden that we Kenyans we need also to start to think about. Why was he mbona ameikubali haraka sana na akasema okay, now we messed in this decision, we messed in that decision, let this thing stop. Why? Let that thing stop. Is it that now this is very interesting story that if you are listening to it, you also reach a time then you find it is difficult for you to do what? To internalize it. Is it true that these things ilikuwa inafanyika just because of them? Already labda they have pocketed the money na wakaona okay, what you need to do, let us fool Kenyans, okay, what you are demanding in issue, then itaendelea chini ya maji because people wamekufa, people has lost their life in that protest in Laikipia. Only just yani, I don't understand how this government operates. Mpaka they lost a life ndio wakubali okay, now hii kitu ni mbaya. I think something spiritual is there that people that are deep in religion, they ought also to explain to us. Hata tomorrow, they will ensure that damu imemwagika, then they stop. Damu imemwagika, then they stop. It's very interesting, very sad indeed, and really astonished to some of us. Why? Mbona tu awangeacha tu, okay, court order ndo hiyo, stop these things, wasimamishe, then okay, gari these people wafanye maandamano, wawe watu, warudi kotini tena, ajigambe kule, then arudi chini. Something wrong happened to this nation. And the only way that we shall bring this nation again is through the ballot. And in 2027, the better we take this regime home, the earlier we take this regime home, the better for the future Kenya. What is your thought on that? Were they good What is your thoughts on that? Is it? Bye bye.